There are warnings of an increase in evictions and homelessness as tens of thousands of households are hit by a new cap on benefits, which comes into effect next week. The cap reduces the amount of money a household can receive from £26,000 a year to £23,000 in London and £20,000 outside the capital. Ministers say the new cap ensures that households on benefits will not be better off than the average family in work. Here's our home editor, Mark Easton.
Could single mum Emma and her family face eviction from their Coventry home? Unless she works at least 16 hours a week, her benefits will soon be capped, leaving her £76 a week short on the rent. But Emma says with 4 kids, including a young baby to care for, getting a job is not an option, and her future looks bleak.
I lose my kids because I haven't been able to pay for my rent. I'm really worried because it's got no roof over their heads. Then they really, I can't look after them, can I? It's not like I could sleep on the streets, me. So I have to...
Sleep on the streets, I mean, is this something that really goes through your mind?
Yeah, it does. It scares me.
Emma is not alone.
The government is desperate to reduce the housing benefit bill, which has ballooned to £27 billion a year as housing costs have risen. But ministers are being warned that when they reduce the overall household benefit cap next week, more than 100,000 families, including 300,000 children, could then struggle to pay their rent.
You can't run up arrears indefinitely without your landlord, in the end, having to take measures to evict you and to take possession of the property. At that point, you're a homeless household, and homelessness is rising across the country.
Getting a job is what the government insists the cap encourages people to do, pointing out that 23,000 people who lost money under the existing cap are now exempt, having found at least 16 hours work a week.
What's important to make sure is that we spend the money that we on welfare in the right way, in ways that incentivise people to move into work and cares for the most vulnerable. And this benefit cap absolutely does that.
Outside London, the welfare cap equates to £385 a week. Imagine the case of a widow. Her widowed parents' allowance counts against the cap. So do the benefits she receives for the 3 children she's now bringing up on her own, which means there's only £53.48 a week left within the cap for housing benefit to cover her rent. The family's modest 3-bed private flat in Coventry costs £128, leaving them £75 a week short. Coventry-based housing association Orbit has found hundreds of people just like that among its tenants.
They're already making hard choices about eating, heating, kids' clothing. You know, this is difficult stuff.
Capping benefits is justified because it encourages people to find a job. The question is whether the lower cap is asking too much. Mark Easton, BBC News, Coventry.